was a lie, and the lie's been corrected. Now the states are going to have to decide this for themselves. But that lie has been corrected. And Megan, Justice Alito also wrote, your old boss, we don't pretend to know.
I was gonna say something about
today's decisional ruling
right.
and Casey, and even if we could foresee what would happen,
I was gonna say
we would have no authority to let that knowledge influence our decision. We can only do our job. Well, Megan, that is the role of the Supreme Court justice, but today, over and over again, we heard commentators on TV who should know better want justices to be super legislators.
So I think it's a pivotal point in United States history.
Right, and I don't think enough can be said about
Age is a benchmark, they're like,
we're
getting
some of
abortions.
The most vociferous and open campaigning for.
So I think I kind of just regurgitating what I said
and the reality is that
on CNN.
Abortion has never been a right
CNN
protected in the Constitution,
was
and
like,
Justice Alito
they're just
recognized
over
that
it.
today. His decision explained just how
this is Republican spin on it, right? So like they're like, oh yeah, so
it was premised on
so
false history.
so whether it's
completely disproven by
I don't know about that. I mean, you let it go for this. How long did you let it go for? Since the '60s or something like that, or even
what they liked about Roe was that it delivered them a policy victory.
Oh man, listen, even doing this, you might as well tell the NBC about this. And all you're doing is segueing into a whole new era. You might as well just get over it because you said because you're saying you're defending something that you already said that you're going to do. So why don't you say what you're going to do now anyway, now regarding it now? You're going to turn everybody into entrepreneurs now? Yeah, I guess, is that right? You're not defending yourself because you know this is pretty much the direction it was going in anyway. So.
You don't like the process to get these justices on the court, which resulted in this decision. Do you respect the process?
And then there's the whole processes of the people's processes of what and so
no, I don't respect the process that criminalizes
the appeal processes, the government processes,
It's not the law of the land. When they don't get the result,
but now you have and Ramos is talking about these. And Ramos is talking about like, oh, now I have to know what Roe means. Now I have to know who V is. Wade is, or whatever V is, or whatever Wade is. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. That in itself is the thing. Well, what about it? You can't read, first off, and second, all you're good is like you're stealing belts and umbrellas and stuff like that. And so I'm making a citizen arrest on a charger against like a row theft. Yeah, POCOPD. Row theft with umbrella or a belt. Sorry. Right. Does that make a point, Mom? Oh, you're just gonna let that. You're just gonna let that ride.
In addition to declaring that he thinks states can't bar residents from traveling to obtain an abortion, Kavanaugh
grooming of what? Is it saying grooming of what? Grooming of what? I don't buy this shit. I don't even know why I reported to you. I shouldn't even want to do it.
Whatever people think about that,
the HBO. You know why instead of one
was that unusual for a Supreme Court justice to get into that level of detail, or did they think that was necessary given the heat on this particular issue?
Yeah, I think with Justice Kavanaugh, you have to appreciate the fact that
it's already a concerted effort by the legislature, or what you call it, is to say, oh, we're gonna do crowd control and stuff like that, and stuff like that, and stuff like that.
A lunatic who tried to assassinate him just last week, so I think he feels.
Look at this guy taking lacerations at the eyes, looking like a lunatic and stuff like that.
To assuage the public, the decision doesn't ban
Maybe he stole an
abortion
umbrella or
nationwide.
something like
You go
that,
on Twitter
man.
and you'll see a bunch of
This is
people
the same guy as
nationwide.
this Trump tactics
And
or
to
whatever they call
know
it.
that the court
So it's like, yeah, go ahead and pound the
to
floor
do
with a
more
Harry
than
Potter
it has
book
done,
or
which is
something like that.
essentially withdraw
Because you
itself
can't read and
from the
stuff like that.
process.
Because his
You
name
know,
is
I think
Dave
Justice
with like
Kavanaugh
funny
is a
eyebrows.
man who is just
And like, you
he's
know what I
sort of
mean?
faced with
And like, you
extreme
know,
pressure, and he's
so like,
trying to do everything he
yeah,
can
his
to be
name
clear
is Dave with
about what
funny
the court
eyebrows
is
and like,
isn't doing.
dude, you know
And
what?
really
You
all
need
it's doing right now is withdrawing
damn
itself
shaft hole.
from the process.
Okay.
And that's
Now,
what he's at.
Megan, on this, yeah, well, Megan.
Because of what you
the
said,
Justice
right?
Department is
Yeah,
weighing in
because you know,
on
bros,
Supreme Court
the thing,
decision,
all the
which is
shit you've done,
cool, right? I mean,
over a
essentially,
lifetime,
one
since I turned like
now they decide to
whatever,
weigh in
18 or
on
whatever,
the
I was like
abortion
8,
case
17 or whatever,
and
18, I
basically
guess,
throw
or
sand at the
whatever.
whole thing and say,
Lifetime
in a
shit
way,
you
they
pulled
think
off,
it's a legitimate
you and the Democrats have pulled off, and together. Lifetime shit you pulled off. I guess. Call me enemy of the state. Call me what you want, or whatever. Call me what the hell you want. This shit you pulled off, and what you will not compensate for, and how you will say you will not compensate for, and how you won't compensate for, in general, and don't or like do it behind like some blind window of like, oh well, you know what, we'll still do the forgery and stuff like that. You know, look at your track record. You'll fucking take anything you can get your hands
As
on.
abortion decisions moved to individual states, many wasted no time.
Yeah. You have to put your fucking, you have to put your like your tape like masking tape to make a belt because like you'll take the belt.
Few states,
You'll take the belt and like you were 44s because like you know.
with few exceptions, you're responsible.
And like you gotta keep them up, you know what I mean? Because they're 44s, you know what I mean? You just don't stay up, you know what I mean?
Well, Laura, let's remember that today is a wonderful day. Today is a day of good news. Something that many people have waited.
All right. So instead of stealing umbrellas, now you go ahead and start opening your book at Roe v. Wade, okay? And like pronouns and vowels and study that, so you complete sentences, subjects and predicates, and get that going, okay? Let's start to get that going instead of putting all that energy into stealing umbrellas and shit.